how do you make decisions?
This has been a topic in the Shopland household for a while, and with our clients and in our workshops that we've had this last month. And it's recognizing that when we make decisions from a place of fear or scarcity, the outcome is never a good one and is never a positive one. And we recognize that. I recognize that a lot for myself. So, and then I can help identify when our clients are coming from that place of that I need to, I have to, and I should kind of energy in making that decision. It never bodes well on the other end. And then there's that cleanup on the other end to do it. So you and I were talking about kind of topics for today's call. It's like, how about something that's so pertinent for our life and for so many of our clients' lives?
Yeah, so true. I find it amazing when working with clients and even for ourselves that we've done this work and we still go to a scarcity mindset in making decisions. And oftentimes it's involved in a way that when something is presented in front of us, we think of the worst case scenario, why we shouldn't do it. Right? And not even exploring what are some of the opportunities and things that come from it. And it's amazing to work through that with clients to go, well, why are you thinking about the worst case scenario when the likelihood of that happening is close to zero, yet that is how the decisions are made for it. And I think of our decisions, for instance, when we decided to go into business together, and immediately our mind goes to, we're going to go bankrupt. We're going to lose the house. We're going to lose everything. And it's like, whoa. Like that's the first thought that comes to mind. And unfortunately, yeah, that is. And then you talk about the work that we can do to look at that, to understand that, and be able to move away from making decisions based on that fear.
Yeah, because I love what you just said was that creativity will never come from a negative mindset.
Yeah.
You have to be on that abundant mindset to be able to have that expansiveness to get into creativity and to problem solve. So if we're in that scarcity and just hunkered down and thinking it's not working and I've got to solve for this right away from that desperation state, you're only going to be reactionary, not creative.
Yeah.
So I think today our nugget that we would leave you with, if this sounds familiar, that you notice that you have fear of something in your life, in your business, in your marriage, and in anything, if you recognize you have fear, it's normal. Pause there for a second. And then just really, we can't change what we can't see. So we first have to raise that awareness of, oh, I notice I'm having a fear about something.
Yeah.
Okay, normal. I'm not going to make decisions from this place. I'm actually going to pause here and lean into understanding perhaps why I'm feeling this way and dig into that so that you can go down another path of creativity for solutions from a side of abundance versus scarcity and fear.
Yeah, you oftentimes will use the words get curious, right? And I think that's so powerful. And using our example of when we decided to go into business together, the first thought is we can't do that because we will not have any money. Versus getting curious about the idea that we had to work together and saying, how can we make that work? And making decisions based on that versus shutting it down, you know, in the worst case scenario, and get curious about it. For myself, one of the things that I've learned is if you present something to me in the form of a question, then I will want to solve it. Hand up, man, right? We want to solve problems. So if something is presented in the form of a problem, I will get curious about it to be able to do it. And so it's the same thing when we look at decisions and making decisions. How can you present it to yourself in a way that you get curious about why this is here? And I love those words, get curious, because it just presents a mindset, like you talked about, to be creative and to put ourselves to be able to go out there and solve that problem versus being stuck in, I'll never do that. I can't do that in the scarcity set. So,
and you know, a course that I took not too long ago, the leader of the course head instructed us or reminded us that, you know, any of our great inventions that have been created never came from scarcity. It was all that innovation of like, what would be possible? What would that look like? So they had to get into that state. So if you are struggling right now and there is a problem or something going on right now that you start to get fear and scared from, normal, but pause there for a moment and just go, okay, wait a minute, to your point, my tagline of let's get curious and move out of that scared, tight feeling and expand into creativity and innovation. And the solutions that come from that are amazing. And we can't see them when we're over here just thinking it's not working and I got to be reactionary to it. So,
So we'll leave you with this. If you're facing a big decision, or if there's something on your mind that you're thinking of doing and you keep shutting it down, you keep saying no to it, we encourage you, take some time to be able to think about it, get curious about it, journal on it, write about it, get those thoughts out of your brain, and then you can make a good, educated decision at that point in time versus just shutting yourself down at the very beginning. Take some time to do that. It'll be worthwhile for you.
Sounds great. All right, till next time.